You ever met an Indian immigrant and thought, is this guy living in another reality? They speak 5 languages, work 3 jobs, send half their salary back to India, and somehow still manage to buy a house in Canada in cash. Meanwhile, I'm debating whether I can afford guac on my burrito. So today, we're diving deep. Why are Indians so different? And spoiler alert, it's not just the accents or the obsession with turmeric. Let's start with the fact that most Indians are walking Duolingos. Like, you'll meet a guy named Raj, who speaks Hindi, Punjabi, English, Tamil, and probably some Malayalam just for fun. Meanwhile, I failed high school French and somehow offended my Siri in 2 languages. This multilingual superpower means they can whisper secrets in 5 dialects and still roast you in English. Now, let's talk about family. You ever seen an Indian family on vacation? It's not 2 parents and 2 kids. It's the entire cast of a Bollywood film. Grandparents, uncles, aunts, third cousins, 2 neighbors, and a parrot. All in one minivan. Western family. Let's give the kids space to grow independently. Indian family. Let's move into the same room until they're 35. Privacy? What's that? Is it edible? But guess what? This tight-knit structure is a superpower. Need a babysitter? And don't get me started on arranged marriages. You're swiping left on Tinder while Priya's mom found her a husband based on birth charts and mango preference. Western logic. You let your parents pick your life partner. That's crazy. Meanwhile, they swipe left on someone who loves dogs just because they're a Scorpio. Indian logic. Parents know best. Also, love can grow. Sometimes it works better than Tinder disasters and 4-year situationships. Plus, they treat marriage like a merger between 2 families, not just 2 people. It's not just a relationship. It's a full-scale diplomatic alliance. One thing about Indians, they will outwork your soul. They're driving Ubers, working in IT, investing in real estate, and still sending money back home like it's a full-time job. And don't think they're doing it just for the flex. It's all part of the master plan. Work 10 years, own 5 houses, retire at 45, move to Brampton and complain about the weather. Oh, and have you ever tried arguing with an Indian mom? You think you're strong? You think you've got opinions? Try saying no to her food. Beta, eat more. No thanks, I'm full. So what? Just a little more. No, really, already putting rice on your plate while staring into your soul. This is why Indians are so resilient. They were raised in debate tournaments every day of their life. Indian parents don't play. If your kid gets a 98 on a test, American parents say, "Wow, great job." Indian parents say, "Where are the other 2 marks?" This is why Indian kids become doctors, engineers, lawyers, and then secretly start stand-up comedy YouTube channels. Let's move on to food. Indian food is a literal flavor assault. It's not just spicy, it's see your ancestors in a dream spicy. It's make you cry and thank God at the same time spicy. And despite all this firepower, you'll still find Indians eating with their hands like it's a spiritual experience. Because it is. Meanwhile, in the West, people eat kale salad with gold forks and still complain. And let's not forget the national obsession with chai. No, not that Starbucks chai tea latte nonsense. Real chai. Boiled to perfection, milked, spiced, poured from 5 feet in the air, and served in a tiny glass that disappears in 2 sips. If you think Indian food is just curry, oh boy. It's a whole universe of flavors, chili levels, and gastrointestinal warfare. They'll say, "Don't worry, not spicy," and then serve you something that melts your face off like Indiana Jones. And yes, Indian families will argue over which city has the best butter chicken. This debate may outlast climate change. Diwali, Holi, Navratri, Pongal, Eid, Onam. There's literally a festival every other week. And they all involve colors, lights, sweets, and at least one uncle DJing badly. Meanwhile, I'm still recovering from one bad Thanksgiving dinner. But here's the thing. In India, religion isn't just personal. It's performative, collective, and beautifully chaotic. Temples in the middle of traffic. Prayers blasted from speakers at 6 a.m. Monks with smartphones. Cows with more spiritual authority than politicians. Rituals aren't just for weddings or sorrow. There's one for starting a job, one for buying a scooter, one for launching a WhatsApp group, and probably one for opening an umbrella in the rain. Even atheists perform rituals just in case. Despite staggering diversity, Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, Buddhists, Jains, most Indians will show up to any festival that includes food and fireworks. Because religion here isn't just belief, it's connection, energy, and a community high five. You know what really makes Indians different? They show up in a new country and recreate an entire India inside it. From Mississauga to Surrey to Jackson Heights, they've got their own grocery stores, Bollywood theaters, temple complexes, and driving habits that confuse Google Maps. You think you moved to Canada. They moved, but brought India with them. And finally, let's talk about the ultimate survival tool. Jugaad. What's Jugaad? It's the art of creative improvisation. It's building a fully functional AC using a bucket, a fan, and God's will. It's fixing a car with duct tape and good intentions. It's coding an entire app in 2 days because the deadline was yesterday. Indians don't wait for solutions. They become the solution. So, why are Indians so different? Yes, Indians can seem chaotic, overwhelming, maybe even a bit too much. But behind that chaos is a deep adaptability, a culture that thrives in the gray zones, and people who figured out how to survive and succeed anywhere on Earth. They made the world their home and brought their universe with them. Confusing? Yes. Loud? Sometimes. But boring? Never. And that's what makes them beautifully different.